everybody, and welcome to a new reading vlog. Today is Friday, April 8th. It is the second week of April beginning today and second week of Magical Readathon and Realm of the Readathon. I'm currently in the middle of two books that I started last week. The first is Daughters of Sparta by Claire Haywood, and the second is Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey. If you want to know my initial thoughts on those, you can go and watch last week's vlog. And then also I'll link my April TBR for you guys in this video. I'm super excited to continue with these reads and to make some progress on some new ones this week. It is my last week of school this week, technically. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday is my final assignments due date, and then I am free until May 9th, which is insane. But I just wanted to quickly come on here and start this vlog and let you guys know what I'm reading, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So I will update you guys when I have some more thoughts.
They're gonna be like, there is something. No, you're exactly.
Hello everybody, it is, well, what day is it? It's Monday, April 11th. Today I had my very last class for this term, which is crazy. It went really well, really liked it, and I got a bunch of homework done afterwards, so now I'm just sitting down to play some Animal Crossing and listen to my audiobook. So the first audiobook that I'm going to be listening to this month is A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. It is a sci-fi. I'm reading it for Magical Readathon. And for Realm-a-thon, I'll explain what I'm reading it for once I'm done. But I'm super excited about it. I've heard a lot of great things about Becky Chambers' writing, and I'm excited to listen to this. It's only going to take me about a couple hours to listen to it because I listen to it on double speed. So I'm going to have a really good Animal Crossing session, listen to this book probably in its entirety, and I'll give you my thoughts once it's done. Hello everybody. It is a bit later now. I just finished listening to A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers. I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm really happy with this. I'm not a big sci-fi person, but this one was much more speculative than I anticipated, and it was quite short, so I listened to it all in one go. This follows our two main characters. One is a teen monk named Dex, and one is a robot. It's set far in the future in this fantastical world after all the robots in this world basically gained consciousness and set down their tools and wandered off into the wilderness. With the exception that every generation or so they would send one out to kind of ask humanity what it needed. And so this follows our two main characters, one of which is the robot being sent out and the first human contact with one of them, the teen monk named Dex. Dex also it was a pleasant surprise to find out that Dex was actually a non-binary main character that uses they them pronouns. I didn't expect it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was great. And I really enjoyed this story. This contemplation on humanity really is what it was. It was basically low stakes. It was just following these two as they undergo a journey to a hermitage, and was just them talking about themselves, talking about what makes the robots do what they do versus what makes humans do what they do. What do humans need out of life to feel fulfilled? And it was a really, really interesting take, and these characters were really great to get to know. Again, low stakes, speculative. I really, really enjoyed it. It had really great conversations about like nature versus nurture and nature versus the environment. and what humanities value. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. I think I'll definitely pick up the sequel if I get the urge. For Magical Readathon, I used this to fulfill the prompt of reading a book for Psionics and Divination class, which is to read a book set in the future. And then for Realm of the Readathon, I used this to attack Calamus. I am in Team Bale, and so one of my bordering countries I got to attack with this because I could fulfill 5 of the prompts. So I ended up taking 8 points from them with this book. So I'm happy about that and excited to keep going for today. I have about 2 hours before I have to pick up Tyler, so I'm going to try and get a good way through Read Between the Lines. I read about 85 pages last week, and I want to try and finish this tonight. Whether it be before I get Tyler or later on tonight, I will let you know. I'm loving this book so far, so just to recap, this is a contemporary romance. It is a sapphic romance following our 2 main characters, Rosie and Jane. Rosie owns a bookstore that she inherited from her mother in New York City and has been in a kind of online friendship / flirtationship with one of her favorite romance authors who writes under the pen name Brie. Our other main character is Julia, or I keep wanting to call her Julia. Another main character is Jane, who is the property manager of a big property development company that is actually her family's company. She actually is the author Brie, writes under a pen name because she isn't sure that her family will be that approving of her life as a romance novelist. And she is actually, her company is also actually the company that owns the lease to the bookstore of Rosie, and they're about to evict them actually. So that is the main conflict in this book. It's got this kind of mistaken identity and unknown flirtationship going on for it, which I really have been enjoying. I flew through the first 85 pages. It's a very easy read, and I'm really enjoying the relationship so far and seeing how it develops with this crazy tension. Yeah, I'm excited to keep going. Really liking it so far, and I can't wait to finish it. Hello everybody, it's been a couple days, but I just wanted to give you guys a reading update. Today is Wednesday, April 13th. Last night I ended up finishing Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey, and I really loved this book. This book was so sweet, absolutely adorable. The 2 main characters, despite their issues with each other's day job and like the conflicts that have arisen from that, really managed to let their love grow, and it was absolutely sweet to watch. I loved their relationship. I loved their banter. I loved their love for each other. And then having the background being like this family business between the 2 of them that's keeping them apart almost was super fascinating to read from, and I really enjoyed it. I love the family dynamics between Jane and her sister especially, and her parents, considering that she didn't tell any of them except her sister that she was an author, and going through that experience compared to Rosie, who is basically an orphan at this point and has such great relationships with her friends, and the memory of her mom is still very much alive. I really loved it. Yeah, I had a really good time reading it. I'm glad I like savored it and read it slowly, because this took me almost a week to read, which is not normal for me. But I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. For Magical Readathon, this counted as my Art of Illusion trope, or Art of Illusion prompt for my Storyweaver calling, which was, the prompt was to read a book with an A+ trope, and this one had like mistaken identity and kind of rivals to lovers, which are 2 of my favorites, so that was perfect. And then for Realm of the Readathon, this one got me 10 points for Bale, which I'm very happy with. The first one was to read a book with enemies to lovers trope, which was 3 points. A book that has mental health, rep, or healing themes. There's definitely a lot of healing going on in this book, so I gave it 2 points. Supply around a book with an author from a country different than yours. The author is not Canadian, so 2 more points through that. Increase the population, a book with a parent-child relationship or a mentor-mentee relationship. This one had a lot of different parental relationships involved in it, so I counted it for that. And then finally, make an alliance, a book with romance was an extra point. So 3rd book down for Realm-a-thon, and I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. This was my 3rd book of the month, and now it's time to catch up on Daughter of Sparta. If you can hear more noise in the background, it's starting to warm up here in Ontario. It's 21 degrees and I'm sweating. So I have my window open in my office. It's not early enough to turn any AC on. God, this is just really nice. So I have to keep the window open because I have to work tonight and get some homework done. So I don't really have time to stay away from my desk area, basically. But anyway, that is my update for now. Actually, no, that's why. I also got book mail. I forgot to mention this. I've already opened this because I already knew what it was. I opened it in the car when I went to take Tyler to work. But I wanted to show you guys. This is another ARC that I got from Harper Presents, and it is Good Husbands by Kate Ray. This sounded so interesting. It's kind of a psychological suspense thriller. It says for fans of Whisper Network and My Dark Vanessa. Comes an explosive novel about 3 women brought together by a shocking, life-altering secret. Basically, what happens is these 3 women are complete strangers, but they have one thing in common. They've each received a letter accusing their husbands of committing a sexual assault more than 2 decades prior. With their world suddenly turned upside down, they don't know who to trust, a complete stranger or the men they love and built their lives with. The 3 women come together to embark on a hunt for the truth, but they are hardly prepared for what they will discover. Who is the victim, and will justice ultimately be served? I'm really interested in this. It's from a UK author. And I don't know, it just sounded really interesting, so I'm really excited for this. Thank you so much for HarperCollins for sending this over to me. This one comes out on June 7th, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Yeah, so that's exciting. And, yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna go and get some work done, and I'll update you guys when I have more reading thoughts. It just started raining. Like the spring breeze and the rain smell is coming in and wafting into the office. I'm so happy right now. The serotonin is going for me. Usually I'm not a big spring person, but like, this is nice. Hi everybody, today is Thursday and the last day of this vlog. The only book that I have left to finish this week that I've started is Daughters of Sparta by Claire Haywood, and I'm really going to hope to try and finish it this evening. I don't work today, so I'm going to be trying to spend the day getting as much of my last 2 remaining assignments for the term done. So I'm going to try and get a lot of it done right now. I stayed up very late last night watching a true crime documentary that I just turned on a whim after watching Moon Knight, and I just got sucked in and I had to finish it. I was up until like 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm a bit exhausted, and I also just found out that I didn't get the job that I interviewed for yet last week, so I'm feeling a little down and hoping that I can cheer myself up with some reading and see if anybody's doing any sprints or any of my favorite streamers are streaming just to try and perk me up. I'm really happy I don't have to work tonight because I don't think I'd be very productive today. But regardless, I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today, and I will keep you guys updated as I go. So it's at 5:30 and I just finished part of my assignment that's due tonight. Second last assignment of the term, very exciting. Basically for my collection management class, I have to do a electronic resource licensing evaluation. So I have to make sure that these certain provisions are included in an example license for use of electronic materials in a library, and make up like a table and then do a little reflection. So I'm done the table, I'll just have to write the reflection. But I got some book mail, so I figured I'd open it with you guys. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Regardless, very exciting. Yay. Oh, this is awesome. So this is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, and this is a present from my dear, dear, dear friend Celine. Thank you so much. Oh, this is a belated birthday present, and I'm so excited. Celine's been reading this for the last couple weeks, and it's just been keeping me updated, and it sounds incredible. It's got Scottish folklore. It's blurbed as being vividly imagined. This will appeal to lovers of fantasy from Name of the Wind to the Earthsea series, which I love both of those. So it's got like an island setting. Girls are going missing. The future leader of the clan believes that this new returner, somebody who used to live on the island who's come back, is the only one that can find them. There's enchantments, and I'm so excited. This is one of my most anticipated books for the next little while, and I'm so excited to have it here. Cannot wait to read this. I'm definitely going to be reading this very soon. The second I finish my TBR, which should be in the next couple of weeks. Pretty easy to do. I'm reading this right away. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello everybody. Today is Friday, April 15th. I'm just coming on here to quickly end this vlog and let you guys know that I didn't end up finishing Daughter of Sparta last night. I ended up just watching TV for hours. And yeah, didn't get any more reading done. So just gonna quickly wrap up this vlog. I ended up reading one book this week. Editing Emma here, hello. I just realized that I never updated you guys on the fact that I read A Psalm for the Wild Built by Becky Chambers in my final wrap up for this week. So I didn't read just one book, I read two. And A Psalm for the Wild Built ended up counting for my psionics and divination class that I am taking for, I want to say the Moon Warden's calling for Magical Readathon. As a book set in the future. It's set in a fantastical future, but a future nonetheless. And then I used it for Realm-a-thon, I believe, to attack Calamus. Let me see. Yes, I did. So I used it to attack Calamus and it got me 8 points. So what did I use it for? A book that's out of your comfort zone, isolated setting, author different from where I live, and a sci-fi, I believe, was the amount of points that I used. So yeah, just adding that in there. Back to the video. And that was Read Between the Lines by Rachel Lacey. This I really enjoyed and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I ended up using this for my Art of Illusion prompt for Storyweavers for Magical Readathon. This counted as a book with an A+ trope in it. It had mistaken identity, enemies to lovers, all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoyed it and I gave it a 4.5. For Realm-a-thon, I used this to, I used this to gain 10 points for my team. The first one was to negotiate a ceasefire, read a book with enemies to lovers. Medic training has mental health forever healing themes. Supply run, a book with an author from a country different than yours. Increase population, a book with a parent-child relationship or mentor-mentee relationship. And finally, make an alliance, a book with romance. So this was really good and a really good start to the week. I'm happy that I finished one book that I started last week. So now I just have Daughter of Sparta to finish from a previous vlog starting tomorrow or starting today. And then I can keep and move on with my reading. Today is actually the day that I'm going to be finishing up my assignments for this term, so the rest of this month is going to be free as a bird except for work. And so I can get a ton of reading done, which is very exciting. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and let me know down in the comments below what books you read this week or if you're participating in either readathon I'm participating in. If you're new here, please subscribe. I put out new bookish and writing videos every week and I hope you guys have a lovely day. Bye-bye.